25. Let's see here. All right, let's get going. Today, my goal is to integrate HubSpot into the marketing website so that we can capture email and probably first name, last name. It's best if we can get a first name, last name, just so when we write marketing emails in the future, we'll be able to, this is a little big actually. Yeah, we'll be able to address emails directly to them, so it won't be like, hey friend. Obviously, that's just good email best practice. If you go look at, let's just say, acquisition.com, ready to scale. They've got to capture first name, right?
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt like you can't take a vacation without
Yeah,
getting
first name, last name.
Or delegating feels super risky?
Be quiet. Right, obviously Alex Ramosey's goated. So we're not doing calendar stuff because, I mean, I guess we could actually with this, because like I could hop on the phone with someone and be like, hey, this product is actually really sick. Let's see if it's something that would be good for you. So I could do calendar stuff. I'm not going to, but all to say, we're going to capture first name, last name. So I already have a HubSpot account set up. I need to get rid of this. So I can toggle back and forth. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have a HubSpot account set up already. And I think, like, for anyone joining in, I've said this before in previous streams, but building isn't the hard part anymore, right? Like the level of effort it takes to build features, it's as low as it's ever been, right? Obviously, you need to build it the correct way. You need to not accrue tech debt over time. Those are all separate concerns, but like building a feature, building a core feature set, not particularly that hard anymore, right? We can just ask it in natural language to build us features, and whatever our idea is, we can usually do it. So the moat now, I guess, not really moat, but like the differentiator between good SaaS and bad SaaS, or a new term that I just found recently, actually, SIAS, software in a service. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later, but is the ability to market it, right? So all marketing starts with an email at its most basic form, right? Or ads. But so we're going to start with email because we're not running ads for this right now. Maybe in the future, but I actually could see me running ads for this launch system actually. And I still don't know what I'm going to call it, by the way. Right now I have it as my Soku. Soku means immediately. And so it would kind of fall into the same category, like launch your SaaS immediately. But this is for my product, which is coming after the boilerplate, which will be the social media distribution app, basically, that I'm building. Social media distribution workflow system, in a nutshell. Yes, continue with this account. So, well, I already created it, goof. I did this the other day. Oh, it's because, that's so funny. I keep going to the same link. And so it keeps telling me, this is when I integrated it with Chat GPT. And so it keeps leading me back there. But HubSpot's free. We'll go into the basic. These are just samples. But what we want to do is when a user slaps on our website and they like what they see, right? They'll have different CTAs along the way. I need to add more CTAs. But they'll enter their email in here and then it'll go into HubSpot. Dude, chill with the notifications, dog. So that's what we're working on today. Let's see how close we can get with, today is the 19th, so it's an odd day, so I'm technically supposed to use Claude today. Is it bad that I want to use Codex? I haven't been using Codex up until this project, but one of my buddies asked me to start using it, and so I started using it and I love it. So, but I guess it's Claude day today, so I'm gonna be using Claude. I did grind on some stuff a little bit earlier today on the marketing website. I added some cool backgrounds. I need to fix some assets, but I added this gradient background right here. This could use a little TLC. And all this like language in here is not approved yet. So I haven't fleshed all this out yet. Everything is technically correct, but it might not be the words that I want to use. So that's the next thing after HubSpot. But yeah, fixed the infinite scroll, added the logos of the companies that I'm using, like the technologies that I'm using before, the ones that don't have, like it's not a specific company, it's just a thing, it doesn't have logos before it. So, but this is basically everything you get when we launch this thing. So, but anyways, let's get started with Claude Code. This was Codex, so I can remove this terminal for now. I can remove this terminal as well, because I usually don't use I don't usually do more than one thing at a time. I guess I'm not technically a true vibe coder because I do like to monitor what's going on. I do like to know kind of what the code is being written. I would like to refactor this landing page because it's one single page and it's not very reusable and it's almost 1,000 lines long. I like to keep my files 300 to 500 lines long. That's just a personal preference. So my rule of thumb is if I ever use anything more than twice, put it in a component or put it in a reusable function. So, which leads me to start thinking about this HubSpot integration. And because this is a mono repo, we're not only going to use a HubSpot integration in the marketing website to capture user or potential customers, but also when the user purchases, for Soku at least, for my application, I want to add in application data to where HubSpot will know what they're kind of doing in app and then send them, emails, in-app notifications, text messages, whatever kind of marketing that we want to do based on that. So I want to create, I don't know where it'll live. I'm thinking probably in a package, and basically it'll be a HubSpot function that'll go into marketing and then it'll go into web. So for instance, or in the API, right? So for instance, if I have an API endpoint and it's to allow users to post their videos via API, right? They could do it in N8N or through Claude Code, maybe even. Or say I use the MCP and I allow them to, we'll just say the API. Say I let them use the API. This is let's say I let them use the API 7 times a week. And they use it 7 times a week. and they hit their limit, and then the next time they try and use it, it doesn't work because they're on the free tier or they're on a limited tier or whatever. I want to be able to know that. I want to be able to know that that user used it, and the only way to do that is through a CRM, right? And the way to track that is through a CRM. So I want to be able to put this HubSpot data collection function everywhere in our application. Even though today I'm only putting it in the marketing, I'm kind of thinking forward into what I'm going to use HubSpot for in the future. So there'll be a field in here, let's just say, is API usage per day or something. And if they hit a limit, I'll create a workflow that notifies them, obviously, if they ran out, and gives them a cheeky upsell. So that's kind of where I'm thinking as far as this stuff goes, the marketing side of software. So let's tell Claude all that. I want to create a reusable function that connects HubSpot to the various different applications inside of this mono repo. At its basic form, the HubSpot function should collect user data, first name, last name, email from the marketing website, but it should be a reusable function to where I can pass in different values, and it'll update it'll either create a new contact or update a contact with the parameters that are set in it. The fields, there should be the function should allow data collection from one or more fields that will then create or upsert into their HubSpot table. I always tell Claude to keep source files as organized as possible. Even then, I'm probably already 60,000 lines deep. Whoa, that's crazy. Even if source is organized. You're saying 60,000 lines of code in one file? In one file? That's crazy. 60,000 lines of code. That's just that's nightmare fuel for me, dude, to be honest. Oh, welcome back, by the way, Kenny. I just called you Kenny. Your name's Kenneth. I have a buddy, his name's Kenneth. I'm not gonna say what his last name is, but his name's Kenneth, but I call him Kenny. So that's why I called you that just now. But 60,000 lines of code, if that's in one file, dude, that's crazy work. That would keep me up at night. Okay. Let's see what it does. Let's see where it puts it. I am almost positive it's going to put it in packages. It'll probably create a new HubSpot package in here, which is what I want it to do. Let's see if it does that. So what I'm expecting it to do is create the HubSpot function in here. It should have two cases. It should have create or update, and then it should also put it, oh shoot, what did I do in here? Okay, hold on, let me commit this real quick. I misspelled it. Updias, whatever. Anyways, not one file, 236 files now. Tell my twin. I said, I will, dog, I will. I actually just saw him at the gym today. He's a good lad. He's a good lad. Okay, so we're on feature marketing, so we're still Gucci there. We're still on a good branch. But I do want to see where it's going to put this little cutie. Before I dive in, a quick clarifying question so I build the right thing. These shape the API surface. Okay, cool. Where should this reusable HubSpot client live in the mono repo? Integrations, HubSpot, new, my HubSpot. See, it's exactly what I thought I was going to do. This is one of the suggestions. I don't want it to be a part of the API specifically, because this is going to be like a public API that the users of the platform can use. So you have to, when I'm building software, I'm always thinking about separation of concerns, right? So I don't want to mix in business logic, like in-house business logic, with platform business logic. So it read my mind, and so it's going to add it into a new HubSpot package, which should show up in here. Should the marketing waitlist form actually wire up to call this now, or just build a reusable function? Let's build it and wire it up. Authentication mode for HubSpot client, private app access token, OAuth app, private app access token for SureScape, because this isn't for the users. This isn't for Soku users. This is for me, the owner of the software. And so it's actually recommending that I do that, which is great. Private access token. Yeah. Bear token from HubSpot private app. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm probably gonna have to go get that. Development. Use APIs and webhooks to connect external systems. Use custom UI. HubSpot build React Power extensions for records and pages. Create custom actions and AI powered tools. This guy. Syncing data. Kenneth, you gotta remind me what you're building. I would say 236 files, depending on what you're building, isn't really that much. I mean, it's a lot, obviously. It's a robust app, but okay. Forgot about the CLI. We'll just go ahead and do this. Let's build your first app. I don't really need to build an app though, right? Yeah, dude. Nice. Stoked about this. I'll ask it a question here in a second. Oh, I can do by the way, actually. If you don't know about by the way, BTW, it's /BTW. It lets you ask a question in the middle of something else working. I find that really helpful, actually. Will I need to create a HubSpot app for this specifically, or can I just give it an API key from my HubSpot instance? I don't think I necessarily need to create a whole app, a whole HubSpot app for sending data to HubSpot, but I could be wrong. Okay. I do want to go ahead and download this, because this any CLI tool is going to be better than an MCP, because it's more deterministic. I may already have HubSpot CLIs installed, but I don't know. It's a fantastic Tuesday night, though. Hope everyone's night's going well. Hope everyone crushed their goals today. It will likely grow at least double or triple source code file count. It's like an eye candy interface for Claude with enhanced additional features built in. Oh, you were telling me this about this yesterday. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about it. That's dope. Yeah. That's sick. I remember now. Okay. What did it say? Do I need to create specifically, or can how to create a private app, HubSpot settings, integrations, private apps, create private app. Name it something like MySoku backend. On the scopes tab, contracts read, contacts write. Add more later if you start writing deals, companies, custom objects. Okay, so I do need to do it. So yes, the private app is the access token. Open HubSpot and copy your personal access key. This guy. Continue with this account. If it shows my key, dude, every time I stream, it seems like I show a personal key. Okay. We'll do this. We'll just follow HubSpot's thing. Clear. HubSpot, get started. Config file not found. Run HS auth to configure your account. Account auth. Open HubSpot to... Oh, it was already doing this for me. Nice, Sue. Okay. Sorry. HubSpot, create, update, delete HubSpot DB tables. Does not have access to this feature. Hopefully, read data, view and download website data, create, update, delete app secrets. Hopefully I don't have to pay for this, because that would be quite frustrating. Let's just do this. Don't you dare. Okay. Just, why can't I copy it? I'm going to pull this off screen because, God forbid, I have to like rotate the key as soon as I get it. Okay. Why can't I copy it? There, I copied it. Enter your personal access key here. I'm going to pull this off screen too because God knows. God knows, dude. Opening. Wait, what? See if that works. Enter a unique name to reference his account in the CLI. MySoku. Okay. I think that did it. I think that did it. Hide that key, big dog. Go back over here. All right. Okay. Set it as a default account. Okay. What did we do? We added it to marketing app API call, which is a route. Waitlist, which is perfect. Did it change my Google just updated, which means my music turned off and I hate that. I need to turn off auto updates. That pisses me off. Whatever. Hello? Hello? Dude, what? Chrome, hello? Well, let's just... want you to split the page. Yeah, dude, it just totally cut off. Now I'm like sitting here in the dead silence in my office. and now, dude. And now Chrome won't open. Like, hello? Dude. Gotta be kidding me. That's frustrating. There we go. Jeez. My God. I am aware. Okay. Localhost 3001. Or is it just 3000? That's the app. It's just 3000. It's the marketing page. And then we got HubSpot, but I don't want to do the sign up again. Just app.hubspot.com. Dude, no. YouTube, let's get the vibes going again because I'm literally sitting here in the dead silence. I can hear my thoughts. I can hear like they're ringing in my ears. Also, big comedy guy. I love Kill Tony. Good stuff. Also, I saw this guy. He started streaming recently. Dude, can you just go back to YouTube, please? Jeez. This guy. He seems pretty cool. I think he's up in New York or something. If he's ever streaming, you should go check him out. He's a cool guy. Seems like a cool guy. All right, here we go. Tell me the vibes are back. There we go. Jeez, that was... I've learned any browser can be super dope. True. I've never heard of that browser. I've never heard of this. What is this? I'm curious. Huh. I'll look into this. That's interesting. Yes, sign in with Google, big dog. How many times? No. I know. I'm aware. All right, so we got contacts. User sample. MySoku. Okay. Let's go back in here. And let's just look at what it did in packages, HubSpot, source, clients. I don't like why does this always happen? The first file I click on, there's like a type error. It just makes me think it's not going to work. Well, it makes me know it's not going to work. So let's see if it was intelligent enough to add first name, last name. Yeah, it didn't do it. Since we're collecting first name, last name from HubSpot, we need to add those fields to the waitlist modal. Oh, I forgot I ran out of Whisperflow. Free whatevers. Which makes me think, how hard would it be just to create my own? Hey, I appreciate that, Shrey. I appreciate that, big dog. I hit a massive leg day today. It was such a faithful day, dude. Such a faithful day. I love leg day. But yesterday, I hit probably one of the gnarliest chest/shoulder workouts I've had in a long time. Do you work out as well? You fitness buff? I wouldn't say I'm a fitness buff. I just try and stay in shape. It's kind of like, If I'm not working or hanging out with my kids, I'm working out. I say that. I work out like an hour and a half a day. I don't like work out all day long. Anyways, yeah, my Whisperflow stuff just ran out for the week. 2,000 words a week, I guess. And I guess I didn't use it that often before. But now I'm wondering, like, how difficult would it be for me just to create my own Whisperflow? Can't be that hard. Maybe I'll embark on a side quest for that tomorrow. But for today, I still want to do this. So I guess I'm gonna have to type everything in. Unless y'all know of another one that I can download real quick for voice transcription that's also free. I'm just not paying for Whisperflow right now. I have no desire to do that. Zero desire. Okay, so what was I doing? So, dude, hello? Well, I can't even type anymore. Well, I can't type in here, rather. I wonder if something messed up. Hey, I appreciate it, Kenneth. I appreciate it. The lighting is also pretty good too. You know, it's like coming down this way, but I appreciate it. Thank you. So currently Claude is, I think, oh, there we go. It unfroze. Now I need to add in the first name, last name, and the what is it called? Waitlist. Okay, send this to HubSpot as well. Well, I'm a student. I will work out after 2 months. I'll ask you for tips on that day. Oh, nice, dude. Nice. Focusing on schoolwork. I see. Brains before brawn. Solid choice. I'm not even going to lie about it. Brains before brawn, big dog. But yeah, whenever you do start working out, hit me up, dude. It's not easy. Some big fitness influencer coined this term. It's not easy, but it is simple. I'm failing to remember what his name is. But yeah, it's not easy, but it is pretty simple. What was I doing just now? I was going somewhere. Can't remember. Okay. And I also want to change it away from work email. I don't particularly like work. Dude, don't do this to me. Don't make it look like poo. For what it's worth, Codex made this landing page. And so now I'm using Claude. And if it finishes, I'm gonna wait for it to finish. I'm not very hopeful. Okay, so it's adding some CSS. I almost lost hope in Claude, dude. I was almost about to rage quit Claude. Let's see though. Technically, yeah, we'll let it ride for a second and see what happens. We'll wait for it to finish. Over under it matches the styles of the previous one. I don't want to click on it now because I already did it, but yeah, over under it's gonna look pretty. From y'all's Claude experience, you think yes for pretty or no for not pretty in the chat? I think it's gonna be a no. 3, I'm nervous. 2, 1. Yeah, it looks like poo. Jeez. Oh no. Dude. That makes me upset a little bit, to be honest. Like, it should be, the fields should be below the first name, just like this one. Or at the very least, split in two, right? Yeah, well, it should be below. First name down here, last name down here maybe. Or just first name, last name. Oh, Claude, why do you do this to me? I want to try and not give it screenshots because that's like one more step in the non-agentic like coding. So I have Playwright MCP hooked up, so I'm going to ask it to look at it first and just see what it says. Use the MCP, look at the modal and the changes you just made. Tell me if you like looks like. Use the Playwright MCP and look at the modal and the changes you just made. Tell me if you like what it looks like. Because I want it, like, it could just be like, take a screenshot, drag and drop over there, fix this page, make it look like the thing below. But that's a human interaction, right? I just want to be able to tell it what to do with my human voice, or in this case, typing, because Whisperflow, I ran out of free whatevers. How much is Pro? $12 per user per month. I feel like that's crazy for this, right? I'm almost positive I could embark on a side quest and make Whisperflow for myself in less than 24 hours. Which is, it goes along the theme of what I've said before. In the future, owned software is like the next thing when it comes to building stuff. Like, I'm not paying $12 a month to push the function key and so I can just like talk into it. B, the second thing is I would be almost positive. I'd be almost positive Apple is going to release something like this in the very, very near future. Like, there's no way they don't. Which leads me to another point in coding in general is a lot of the top dogs and a lot of the things that you're building are a lot of things that some people are building. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember you talking about this yesterday. You're on the right track, Kenneth. I'm with you on that one. No, but like a lot of the whales are going to start building the things that us builders are building, right? So it's like we'll build tools like Whisperflow and the market will validate it and start paying for it. And this Whisperflow company will probably have a valuation of $100 million or something. And so that's like, okay, this is a real product that people like. And then companies like Apple, companies like Anthropic, OpenAI will then build their own one of these that'll like go along with their tools. And so building tools that can be used by the LLMs, I think is the move. The term is, so there's software as a service, right? A term that I came across today, it's not my term. I can't recall who said it exactly. The term was software in a service, SIAS, software in a service. So building tools that can be used by other apps or other services, right? By other softwares, such as an MCP, right? Building your own MCP that does your own unique things that can be used by Claude or can be used by Codex or can be used by Gemini or XAI. building a CLI tool that does something unique to your niche that can be used by Claude, that can be used by Hermes or whatever it's called, OpenClaw, etc., etc. I still think software is valid depending on what it is, but I think, SaaS, but I think the age of like dashboards and point and click and user onboarding, I think that's going to go away in X amount of years, 10, 15, whatever. Yeah, all that to say, I'm not paying for Whisperflow. Yes, dude, yes, don't ask me again. I always do this. I start yapping and then forget to like approve. Also, if anyone's in like the Dallas area, I don't know if these are like how far away they ship these. Actually, I probably shouldn't do this on stream. I don't know what YouTube's policies are like. I don't know, actually. There's a brewery in Dallas. It's called the Manhattan Project Beer Co. Really, really good brewskis. There's one called the they go down like the post-apocalyptic, like nuclear event type branding. So one of them's called Double Half-Life. I don't know, there's a lot of them, but I'm drinking one right now. It's called White Sands. It's pretty good. There's one called something like some monkey something. Don't drink that one. That one's nasty. You just pull it up real quick. Yeah, this one's really good. This one's very good. Yeah, see, like the Cold War, Redgate, Half-Life. Double Half-Life is very good. This one's good, Hoppenheimer. This one, stay away from this. This one's not good. If you ever do find a Manhattan Project beer, stay away from the Wise Monkeys. They don't do you right. This one's very, very thick. I haven't tried this one yet. But all the other ones, I haven't tried this one either. All the other ones are ridiculously good, in case you're a beer person. Anyways, what's going on here? Dude, every time. Yeah, see, so, like, this just makes me sad for Claude, because Codex created this entire web page, right? This entire landing page, which, there's some assets missing. I mentioned that yesterday, but it did some fillers. It made the first version of this, which had like this pretty form field in here. And all I asked Claude just now to do was add these two fields in here. And maybe I'm being pedantic right now, but I feel like it should have just been like, oh, this one has it underneath. These should be underneath too. Like, that just makes sense to me. Shrey, I don't know if you're still in here, but actually now I'm curious. What are you in school for? What you in school for, my dog? All right, it's waiting for me for something. Also, this EDM music kind of slaps. I'm gonna open another terminal. I wouldn't call this EDM actually. This is more like house. Okay. Gemini 3.1 is much better at starting interface than Claude, but I use Claude as an interface. Either way, Claude can be extremely stupid. Bro, you're telling me. That made me lose hope in Claude a little bit. It made me sad panda, slightly. Ooh, a little saxophone, dude. I love a good sax. Bring it back. I love a good sax, dude. I haven't used Gemini 3.1 either, to be honest. Maybe, you know, everyone. Hold on, I gotta soak in this sax real quick. That goes kind of crazy. Dude, I love that so much. One of my favorite bands right now, I don't know if of all time or not, it's called the Midnight, and it's like, they're currently releasing stuff, but it's like 80s neon synthwave stuff. Very good. If you like the kind of music we're listening to right now, but like with singing and like 80s 90s vibe, go check these guys out. They slap. They just released a new album and I love everything about it. I'd play it, but then Google would like copyright my stuff, which I don't want. Yeah, but I love a good sax though. I'm sure Cursor does this, but it would be cool. I'm sure Cursor does this. I think it's too much hassle for me to want to do myself, but I bet that Cursor has something where you can give it rules for which LLM to use for which type of thing. So it's like if you ask it to do something and it has to do front end work, you can specify anytime you do front end work design wise, like make it pretty, always use Gemini 3.1. Otherwise, if you're working on back end, only use Codex. Otherwise, if you're working on front end integrations, otherwise, if you're using integrations, use Claude or something like that. Seeing Spotify almost put my mind into late night road warrior. Oh no! You vibe, dude? You vibe on the trucking ventures? I bet you do, dude. I bet it gets so boring, especially at night when you can't call the homies. Like, I think if I... Like a couple times that I've had to go like road tripping by myself, like cross country or even like a couple states away, I'll like call the homies. But like, I assume, you know, when you do that as a profession, you can't call the homies every day. The homies be like, bro, I too am working and I can't answer your phone call. But especially at night, dude. What was your go-to either playlist or band, maybe even genre to like crush through the night and not fall asleep? Because I assume like that's the hardest thing about, you know, driving a truck cross country is like not falling asleep and stuff. Okay, what did you do? Let's see. Did you fix it? Okay, it's still. Oh, that's just because this little plugin. If I disabled that, can I disable you? Can I disable you for real quick? Dang. Well, anyways, I assume maybe not though. Like this, it's dumb when the UI moves when you interact with it. Unless you're adding new things, it's never good. Like you don't want it to glitch like this. Like this one doesn't glitch, right? But these, it moves up. It makes the whole thing bigger by like 1 pixel. Super annoying. Why in the world? I'm being pedantic at this point, but for me, when I'm going to websites and I see stuff like that, I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Like whoever built this website is a noob. So I'm about to revert to Codex, dude. I swear. Now I kind of want to use Gemini to see what it can do though. Gemini has a CLI, right? I think it's got to have a CLI. It does. Okay, let's use the okay, use the playwright use the playwright MCP, not CLI. Use a playwright MCP and inspect the waitlist modal. When a user clicks on the first name or last name, the whole container gets slightly bigger. It should not do that and function more like the email field. Let's see what Gemini does. Can't think about coding and focus on traffic at the same time. I use loud, hard rock when I need road demons help, and if it drives me if I'm tired without getting, yeah. That's what I listen to in the gym usually, is like hard rock. If you're just cruising alongside techno stuff, there you go. It's awesome. So right now, Claude is betraying me for design stuff. It first was like on top of each other stacked, and then the field was like over to the right. And then I asked it to fix it. Asked if it looked good. It said no. It fixed it, put them side by side like this. But now if I click in, it gets bigger, and like the whole thing, you can see it's like jumping, right? I wish I could disable this so you could see extensions. Let's unpin it. No, I'd have to pin, but can I disable it for now? Man. I just want to disable it to see. God dang it. Manage extension off for now. Okay. Can I refresh this and it go away? Okay, I think did this fix it? Yes, always allow. Did that fix it, or was it this that was causing it? Manage extensions. Turn it on. Refresh. Get notified. Okay, maybe it was just this then. Okay, maybe I should tell Claude I'm sorry, but it still shouldn't do that, in my opinion. Like, regardless of if this is on or not, like that's just bad. It shouldn't do that. Yeah, it is because of that, but whatever. Anyways, this is actually taking longer than I thought it would for a simple form field. But okay. Let's go back to the site. It's a beautiful site, by the way. I just need to add in some new assets, new thumbnails, pictures, clean up some of the words, some of the verbiage. HubSpot access token. Use Doppler. Okay, HubSpot access token. I need to add this to Doppler. Doppler, if you don't know, Doppler is a secrets manager. So, dude, I already have one. Doppler is a secrets manager, so you don't have to put in environment variables, like different env files throughout this whole app, especially for mono repos. It can get confusing what should go where, as far and like what is where. So like the API has some, docs won't have any, marketing will have some, MCP will have some, web will have some. So instead of like having .env files throughout this entire repo, this shouldn't even be in here. God dang it. I don't even know why that's in there. You can just do it all in one place. But I'm going to do it off screen because I feel like every time I talk about environment variables, somehow I accidentally show one. And then I have to like go in and rotate it. Projects, MyFoku, developer environment, add secret, HubSpot access token. So now I need to go in here, development, keys, developer API key, methinks. And I'm gonna go take this off screen again. And go away. Create a key. Show, copy. And go back to Doppler. Paste it in. Did it say NA2, right? Yeah, or whatever. I think that's right. Save it. Save it. I'm gonna need to restart the dev server. Oh wait, is restarted right here. Yes, always allow. Get rid of this. Clear. pnpm dev. Actually, pnpm install pnpm dev. Okay. Failed to start server. It's already in use. Where? There's no one else using it, I promise. Clear. Wait, who is using this? Oh, maybe one of these is using it. Clear. Claude. PMPO dev. Okay. I'm confused. What's going on here? Where else is this running? Nowhere. Create a HubSpot private app and get the access token. HubSpot settings, integration, private app, create private app. I think I already did that. HubSpot. Development. I think I already did this. Projects. Did I not already do this? I thought I already did all this. What did it say? HubSpot settings, integrations. Settings, email, integrations, now I'm confused. Create a private app, sync data with HubSpot. Yeah, but okay, we'll follow this again. I know I just did this, but dude. App. We'll create a new project with a simple app for you. Projects are what you can use to create apps with HubSpot. Usually you'll use the project create command. We'll go ahead and make one now. Dude, what is this thing? What is Gemini doing? What does it want? I'm not sure why it's asking me to do this. I feel like it should just be a pretty simple. So just so y'all know what I'm crushing on right now, trying to get HubSpot integrated into the marketing side of things. Well, actually into the whole app so that we can reuse HubSpot functions throughout our repository and get user data that we can then use for marketing. Yes, dude. That we can then use for marketing stuff. HubSpot wants to access other apps. Don't think so. It always asks those cheeky questions along the way, dude. Like, I don't know. Try again in a few minutes. Refresh. Well, it's right here. My Get Started app. I hate that. Get Started app card private static. These files manage your local source code to make changes. Updates files locally. Okay. Builds and deploys. Settings. Details. Probably got a CD into it. CD packages, HubSpot. Stage Mysoku default. Why is it enterprise? I guess we'll go default. Creating your test account, which is a lesson for me at least. Not really a lesson. I've been doing this for 7 years. If anyone's ever trying to sell you some software, like software boilerplate or software done for you service or whatever, and it doesn't come with developer environment to where you can like build and test stuff without affecting production, please run away. Please run away, because no software ever does not have a developer environment or a staging environment. It's crazy. Yes, dude, sure. I don't think this is gonna work, but it'll actually be in the module not found. Yeah, of course. I knew this was gonna happen. Oh, wait. Dude, why do they keep doing this? There we go, Liam. Let's get it. What you working on? I'm confused. Where else is this running? It's not running anywhere else. Go away. Go away. That's right. That's dope, dude. I'm confused. Literally nothing else is running. Maybe if I just click out of that, doesn't make sense to me. Nope. Let's just clear that. Yeah, no. What? I wonder if something else is using. Yeah, I wonder if something else is using the local host. Probably the HubSpot thing. I don't know why this isn't here. Go away, cursor. I don't need you. Package. Zeros. tsconfig. No. Maybe it was running in a in a shadow environment. Nope. You have a landing page for the Landscaper SaaS app, Liam? Yes, dude. If so, you should share it. I want to see. Curious. Love it when the boys are building. There we go. Yeah, there's just some other stuff running. See if this works. I don't think it is going to, but HubSpot is not configured on this deployment. Trying to get HubSpot integrated into the marketing website to where when a user enters their information, it gets saved to the local dev environment, at least when we're working in dev. And then when we push to production, it'll use the real one. So this will help for marketing purposes for any app in the future, but specifically for this one. Running into some snags though with, oh, for sure, dude. Yeah, the first thing I would do, dude, one of the first things I would do is the landing page and just start putting it out there. You know, whoever your ICP is, whoever you talk to, you know, I'm sure you talk to a lot of landscapers and stuff. And so, like, you want to be able to collect interest over time, right? And so someone putting in an email into a form is them raising their hand to be like, I'm interested in this. And so, like, next time you're talking to a landscaper or next time you're talking to, you know, someone in that field, you can be like, yo, I'm building this cool SaaS app. And they'll be like, oh, what does it do? And you'll tell them and they'll be like, oh, that's sick. And you can just be like, yeah, go to landscapersas.com and check it out. It'd mean a lot if you check it out, give me your thoughts. And then hopefully they'll put their email in. You know, you don't want to be pushy because, like, you want to gauge true interest. And so over time, you want to validate the idea before you spend 4 or 5 months building something that no one will use, you know? Okay, found it. The env var is correctly in Doppler exists in MySQL.dev. The dev server isn't getting it. The repo has 2 dev scripts, pm dev, wraps, turbo, Doppler run. This is what you want. No Doppler. If the crashes earlier, oh, it's because this thing is on again. I forgot. All of this right inside of this whole application folder, I'm working on marketing. Like today, this is day 5, I think. Yes, day 5 of me going down this path, this venture that I'm going down, and I'm working on this marketing website, right? On day 5. And the thing that I'm doing right now, today, like as we're talking, is trying to get it to where I can collect user emails, right? So anyone in the future who I talk to that is like interested in building SaaS apps or building software in service apps and needs like a really, really, really good starting point, production level starting point, I'm like, oh yeah, I have something like that, but it's not ready yet. Go peep this website, check it out. If it's something you're interested in, shoot your email in there and I'll let you know when it releases. And that's it, right? That's it. So I'm telling you to do what I'm doing today. Where was I? Okay. Hard refresh. Still not configured. Oh, I was getting a 503. So, let's see. What'd you say? Technically, I have the V1 ready to pass out, but already started working on the V2 because I'm enjoying it. Dude, same. I'm a builder at heart, so I love building features. Like I'm a software engineer. It's what I do. I love building features. Everyone building, you're gonna have V1 ready, and you're gonna start selling it. You know, passively or actively, posting on social media, running some ads, maybe buying an email list, sending it out to some emails, going, knocking on doors, basically, not knocking on doors, but like calling, oh shoot. Calling local businesses, all that stuff. And no one else is doing that, right? No one else is going to call a local business. But since you have V1 up, I would highly suggest you start calling businesses up, dude. Marketing it. Super important, in my humble opinion. Okay, so I gotta restart the dev server again. Marketing route will get the token. 503 is a real configure masking. The token was always in Doppler. Okay, we try again. I want to go back to the dev server. Could not save your email. Please try again later. Fantastic. We'll do a hard refresh and see what happens. Oh, it's this one. Credentials not found. Bum bum. It's all of these, but whatever. Ah, shoot. Yeah, dude, build a landing page and send it to me tomorrow. I want to look at it. If I were you, if you were asking advice, I would say you have 24 hours to make a banger landing page. Private apps, your app. Settings, integrations, private apps. See, I tried to go here, but this doesn't exist. Development. Dude, skip. Projects. I'm confused. How do you normally host your landing pages? Vercel, for sure. It's free. Yeah, Vercel. Do like a simple asterisk. What? Where are the integrations? What is, I don't even, oh, right here. Integrations, private apps. Your private apps have been moved. We've consolidated all private apps into the new, that doesn't make sense, new legacy apps page. New legacy apps page. I just don't like this. Anyways, go to legacy apps. Create legacy app. Private for one account. Service keys are a better path. For single account API access, service keys are a simpler setup with no app management. This is what I was telling Claude before. I literally told it this. But it was like, no, you need a private app. False. Create service key for the development environment. Scopes. Add new scopes. Okay. Let's go back and tell Claude to undo everything I just did, because I told it that before. And now I'm really wishing that I had just paid for Whisperflow, because I don't like typing and it's better, especially for stream too, so y'all can like have a stream of consciousness to see what I'm saying instead of like reading what I'm typing, but I just don't want to pay for it right now. Side quest tomorrow probably early AM, well depending on what time I go to sleep tonight. Side quest tomorrow is to build my own Whisperflow, because I'm almost positive that it's like pretty easy to create something like that. I could probably have it do that in the background while I'm doing this, to be honest. But I have a singular goal today, and I'm going to finish that goal. I'm not going to be, not that ADHD is a bad thing, but I'm not going to have ADHD. I'm going to focus on one thing. Dude, true, Kenneth, true. So annoying. But I was just talking to someone today about how opinions matter more now than they ever have, because lots of people will just kind of roll over. And usually I don't. Usually I know exactly what I want, but for HubSpot specifically, I haven't worked with their API in a long time. But HubSpot is industry standard for marketing, and so that's what I want to use for this. And so yeah, and I actually don't think that I'll even need this HubSpot package anymore. We're just going to use their vanilla API. I will need Actually, I will need this, but it won't be this robust. Okay, so. What did it say? Legacy apps. It said create legacy app. Yeah, private. Legacy private apps. Private apps have limit. Yes. New API scopes and features. FYI, this is from Hub. We don't. Okay. This is what I wanted to do to begin with. Just paste in a URL endpoint and give it some credentials. Hopefully it's hidden so people can't spam mine. Yes, don't ask again. But yeah. Hey, we're up to 6 likes. Hells yeah for the stream. This might be a stream all-time high, to be honest. I actually think yesterday we had 7. But yeah, I'm low-key a little bit proud of that little like counter because that's actually just hosted on my computer. That was a side quest yesterday. I made that, and it's basically just polling every 15 seconds. It's just like HTML file, and then I have it imported into OBS. And so it's just pulling the data live from YouTube every 15 seconds and then showing on the screen right there, so I don't have to pay for anything. Kind of snazzy. I kind of like it. Doing stuff yourself is honestly easier sometimes. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. There's a in Claude's defense on this one, like it's trained on old data, right? And so anytime platforms do new things, like it's not going to know it off the rip because it's been trained, right? And so unless it goes out and looks at the documentation before suggesting, it's just gonna default to factory settings, basically. Okay, HubSpot settings integration service keys, public beta as of February 2026. Yeah, so this model was trained maybe after that, before that. Create a service key, copy the full PAT value under Doppler's project mySoku config dev. Really have to do all this? Well, okay. Use a service key instead. Create a service key. I'm going to do this off screen for obvious reasons. Go to this because it's prettier. What scopes do we need? Add scopes. User, CRM user objects read, write. MCP users read, maybe?
I found 2 matches for right back.
No, dude. I'm not talking to you. No. Shut up, Siri. CRM, yeah, these are right. These were settings in there. We'll try this, see what that does. Comes out. Yeah. Update. And this name will appear in some HubSpot tools like logs. So okay, we'll just do that. Create a service key. Okay, copy it, go to Doppler, HubSpot access, config dev maybe, project Mesoku dev, let's see. I don't know, I'll try it. I don't think that's gonna work, but save it. Kill the dev server, clear it, run it, clear it, run it. Okay, Gucci. We're gonna hard refresh this. Get notified. Enter my cheeky name. Dang it. Still getting the same thing, Goober Joe. Hey, thanks for coming to hang out, Liam. I expect to see a marketing website soon, my boy. No pressure, but you know. Have a good night, big dog. Thanks for coming to hang out. Just trying to get HubSpot integrated right now. I think all this HubSpot stuff is a little overkill. What Claude wrote, at least. But we're getting close. With the service keys. I'm gonna go in here actually. Before I do that, I'm gonna go into Doppler and to go into the HubSpot. I'm gonna delete that project thing. I don't think that's necessary. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna kill the dev server, I'm gonna clear it, I'm gonna run it. We're gonna try one more time. 'Cause I think the disconnect is actually in the key. Hard refresh, get notified. Yours truly. Okay, same thing. Well, no, this is right now. Property value is not valid. MySoku source does not exist. So I need to go in here in CRM contacts. I need to create a custom field. Edit columns. How to create a custom field? I can't remember how to do that. Settings, properties, context properties, create property. Settings, properties, what did it say? Settings, properties, select contact properties. Contact, oh, right here, contact properties. And then click create property. Where? Am I blind? Create birdie, create property. Where's the second one? Not seeing create property, big dog. 100 per page. I'm in contact properties, groups, archived. I wonder if it's behind this. That would be gay. Nice. Create property. And we're going to call it MySoku source. Yikes. MySoku source. Single line text. Data agent research and fill this property before you know. Require unique values for this property. No. Create property. This is the dev environment, right? I believe so. Go away. This is the boring work. This is the boring work that no one wants to do. Boring wins a lot of times. We try again. Go back. Marketing website. Submit again. Nice. Let's see if I got in there. Property settings, CRM, contacts. I'm not in there. I am in there. I had to refresh. Hell yeah. Let's see what edit columns, Soku, my Soku source, apply ski. Marketing waitlist. Hell yeah. So now I know who is coming from where. And that's dope. So now I'm going to go in here because this is the dev environment. This is the stage environment. And I need to go in to the normal one. I should have named it my Soku, but I didn't. We're going to go and do the same thing and put those keys. We're going to put those keys in the go to settings. Where was that actually? Integrations, connected apps, service keys. Oh, service keys is beta. Service keys is beta. Interesting. Scopes. User. CRM objects, read, write, and I think that's it. Update. My Soku. Create it. Please hide it. Ooh, that was close. That was so close, dude, to having to redact all that stuff. Copy. We're going to go in here into Doppler, go into prod. We're going to add HubSpot access token and save it. Production, and then staging. We're going to go back to dev. We're going to go in here and copy this, go back into stage, and paste that missing value in there. I do need to add those other environment variables for dev and stuff, but yeah. Man, my knee hurts like crazy. I went super heavy today. All right, I think that's sick. So now all right, so we got HubSpot integrated into the marketing website. So now if users go in there, or if visitors go in there and they like what they see, they can, why aren't you showing? They can click on get notified, all the places. Need to add a couple more CTAs and then fill these assets in. They can click get notified, enter their information, and then it gives them a little notey saying they're added. And then in HubSpot, wherever it is, developer projects. This is the prod. This is the wrong one. My Soku. And CRM contacts. Now we have me in there, and then we have the source. which is super important in marketing for any SaaS application, to know where users are coming, well, really marketing in general, but to know who users are, where they're coming from, and what they're interested in, right? So I've said this once, I'll say it again. Building isn't particularly impressive anymore. I mean, it's still awesome, people building cool stuff and having innovative ideas. But marketing is the moat. Marketing is how you will make a crap ton of money no matter what app you're building. If you know how to market, if you know how to sell, you can make a lot of money. So that's working. I'm gonna commit this and push it and call it a night. I said, no, you don't need the package. Only the marketing waitlist route uses it. It's actually useful logic. API, front end, etc. Site looks good though. I need to update some verbiage in here. This is all like kind of AI slop based on, not slop, but just like first pass, kind of like lorem ipsum of the different types of offerings that we use for this app. So, okay. Yes, keep it with multiple consumers. Marketing is the right factoring, not premature. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yes, absolutely. I don't need all that stuff. Okay. Drop middleware blocks, headless browsers, most automation, honeypot field. Okay, I like the idea of a rate limit per IP, but since this is going to be for user data and app data, and if the user uses the app a lot, I don't want them to run into that. So I need to ask Claude what it thinks about that. Would this be just for the wait list, the IP blocking, rate limiting? Well, actually both of them. As I said, I'll be using this in the marketing site API and app front end. So right now I'm just trying to go through best practices of collecting user information, user data, at least on the marketing website for now, but I don't want users to be able to spam it because I've seen malicious stuff. And also I want it to be extensible. So the HubSpot API, we're going to sprinkle it throughout the entire mono repo. It'll be in the marketing site, it'll be in the API, and it'll be in the web, so that we'll have deep user data and information about what our visitors are doing and what our users are doing with the app, so we can like send them thank yous or send them upsells or send them, you know, maybe even downgrades, like, hey, we noticed you're not using this, we don't want to take advantage of you, that you can downgrade, kind of thing. So data is so important, and so today's MVP is to get HubSpot integrated just into the marketing site, but also build it to where it's extensible and we can use it throughout the mono repo seamlessly. So currently we have it working, and we can add contacts from it, and we can get a my Soku source or whatever. I need to change this because I don't like this name, but yeah. It's almost time to hit the halo. Okay. Authenticated users, we don't need that. Server to server, internal, okay. I'm using Redis anyways, so this and bot ID anyways. So shouldn't be that big of a deal. What is honeypot? I don't know what that is though. So getting Redis going for the rate limiting. We're probably gonna have to upgrade as time goes on, but for now, we're good with using the free version, which is nice. We do need upstash Redis REST URL. We need to put that in Doppler. I'm doing this off screen because I hate working with tokens on here because I have to rotate them. So I'm gonna go find it. Bad news bears. We'll just go dev, add a secret. I'm using Doppler for my secret keys because it's better, uniform, and it's free. REST UI token. Yeah. Okay, save those for development. Okay. Create a Redis DB in the console. I did that. From the DBs, REST API tab, copy the upstash, did those. Add them to Doppler, did that. Or, yeah. Those are in seed. steps. Proceed to next steps, big dog. What a homie. Thanks for joining in. Right now we're working on HubSpot with our marketing website. Adding it into our mono repo so that we can use it throughout the whole mono repo and collect visitor/user information end to end, so we can send marketing emails, thank you letters, updates, etc., etc. I think the moat in building SaaS, software in a service, software as a service, both of those is in the marketing and sales side of things. So before we even start working on the full, application, getting the marketing site dialed in and getting the CRM dialed in. So super important if you're a solo founder to know exactly who your customers are, where they're coming from, etc., etc. It's a good time. I do need to terminate this. Here we go. Sorry, I forgot to do PNPM install. Getting HubSpot set up with this mono repo structure to where we can add user information and data, visitor information throughout the site, PNPM dev, and so we can use it for marketing and sales purposes. I think it's super important for founders to do this first, which is why I am building the marketing, the landing page first before anything else. Because God forbid I build features for 6 months and no one ever knows about it. So marketing is very important, more than ever, honestly. Takes an ungodly amount of time. It did say that it took an ungodly amount of time. Let's go back into Redis for the rate limiting. We should have one entry in there. God damn it. Usage. Yeah, so one read total, so that's working. So if this exceeds like 4 or 5 by the same IP address, it'll shut them down, because God forbid we get hit with like doxing or whatever it's called. What is it called? Yeah, I heard a streamer the other day was getting hit by like 25 million requests in 15 minutes. I don't even want to know what his API cost was. Don't even want to ask. So I always do rate limiting. Super important. If you don't, you're crazy. Okay, 2 things to be aware of. Bot ID dev returns false. Rate limit shares 1 bucket in dev. So your local, his forward is empty, so it falls back to unknown. If you submit 6 times locally, you'll get a 429. Wait an hour or flush the upstash key. MySoku waitlist unknown to reset. Okay, that's good to know. Let's just do that. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try one more time. Yes. Yes. Prometheus, what a cool company name. Monitoring system and time series databases. I always like looking to see what other companies offer inside of theirs. Like, I know what Datadog is obviously, but I never heard of Prometheus, but it's such a cool name for software. Open source metrics and monitoring for your systems and services. Precise alerting. It's kind of cool. Cloud native docs. Oof. These docs look so boring. I've heard of this too. I think this is for load testing. What is it called? Yeah, load testing. Yes, dude. Proceed. It's kind of a did I put it in there, dude? That's so annoying. Move to trash. It's kind of a bigger PR for what we're trying to do, but it is the full PR, just integrating HubSpot into the app so that we can collect user information and user data consensually, of course. First time using Upstash Redis for rate limiting, but we're going to use this throughout the application. And the most basic form. Oh, yeah. See, I always forget about the freaking proxy, dude. Anytime I'm doing something. There we go. All right, now we try again. This should. Created false, okay, true. But I need to go in the marketing one. Okay. So now if I go in here and spam it, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. We got rate limited. So I have to do this. I have to wait for an hour. Or I could just go clear it. But we're good there. And so we can use Upstash Redis throughout our application, especially when we get into the API, so we don't have to bake our own rate limiting function software. You could, but Redis is free with usage limits, obviously. 500K per month, which is very generous. So, very sick. And that, yeah, no, don't worry about it because I figured it out. We're going to open a new terminal. Get some status. Yo. Get some status. Make sure we're not adding any weird stuff in here. I don't know what this is. Test focus. Okay. Not sure what that is. We can get rid of you. You're not necessary. HubSpot, we need that. Instrumentation client. API, we need that. Yes. Okay, cool. Dude, get status. Get add, get commit. HubSpot. Integrate HubSpot plus Upstash Redis rate limiting plus hopefully all our tests pass. We can have high confidence that we're shipping clean quality code. Nice-oo. Love to see it. We'll do a git push on the feature marketing. Feature marketing is almost complete. Git push pass, so we're Gucci. I'm gonna sign off for the night. It was a successful session. We did what we said. We conquered who we said we're gonna conquer. For tomorrow, first thing I'm gonna do is probably figure out how to create my own Whisper flow locally, because I don't want to pay for it anymore. And with that, day 5 of building a company until 10K MRR is done. We got HubSpot integrated in there, and I feel fantastic about it. Tomorrow, I'm going to refactor this page because I feel like over 1,000 lines of code is crazy, but it's a beautiful landing page. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm in love with it. We'll change some words in here, but for the most part, you know, get some more pretty assets created, and we'll tomorrow the side quest is going to be creating our own Whisper flow type thing, because I just ran out of usage today and I don't want to pay for it, but also deploying the front end marketing website. And with that, day 5 complete. Appreciate everyone.